Hello again and welcome to my channel. I'm a part-time reseller and I do have a flexible part-time job, and that's going to start up in about a month or two. I'm in the classroom as a substitute teacher, but I've been reselling now for a long time. If you can think back to the days of books and CDs and DVDs, that's how long I've been reselling. But there's an issue that keeps coming up on several reseller sites, and when they do their Q&A, and one of the questions is, do you clean the clothes that you source or you purchase from the thrift stores? So there's been this back and forth, yes, no. One reseller that I saw said that no, he doesn't, because he assumes that the buyer will wash the clothes. Well, that's that shouldn't be assumed, in my opinion. If anyone has ever gone to a thrift store, an estate sale, a rummage sale, because that's where we mainly get our clothings, and I'm really targeting clothing more than your non-clothing or your hard goods like electronics. So if any of us have been to these stores, if you will, these retail outlets, we know that clothing falls on the floor. I know I have stepped on clothing. I've had to pick it up, put it back on the racks, and I really, when I pass by another buyer who, as they're going through the racks, they accidentally, if you will, let clothing slip on the floor. They don't pick it up. I always pick up clothing that I see on the floor. Number one. Number two, a lot of these clothings that we source do have stains, okay? And we can bypass those stains. When we're looking at it in the thrift store, we can miss it, especially if it's white or if it's got a multicolor print. It can be missed. And I have had on a couple of occasions, 2 or 3 occasions, where the buyer wanted to return the item because it was dirty or there were stains. And I did not see the stains. Excuse me, I have to cough. My throat is fogging up again. All right, so I learned my lesson from those returns that wash your clothing, rinse your clothing, dry clean your clothing before you sell it. All right, and I'm going to give you an example. This is a t-shirt that I bought. It was new with tags, okay? It's just a plain athletic t-shirt, new with tags. And so I said, well, it's new with tags. I can just put it on, go outside, and run around. Well, as soon as I took the tags off, put it on, went outside, and started shopping, the odors were so overwhelming. I don't know if it was perfume. I don't know if it came from the thrift store. I just don't know. But it was making me sick. The odors, the scent. And I can't put my finger on what the scent was. But anyhow, when I got home, I immediately washed this t-shirt. Immediately. And I've noticed that when I take some clothing out of the thrift stores and I take them home, there is a stench. And, I can't really put my finger on what that is. I don't know if it's perfume. Again, but it's a stench. So I always clean my clothes. Now, how do I clean my clothes? I'm showing you some of the products. Now, this one reseller, and again, my voice is fogging up. This one reseller said that the reason he doesn't clean his clothes is because he doesn't want to use the products. He doesn't want to use up or purchase, make an expense of the products. Well, those products are tax creditable. Okay, you can take a tax deduction, a tax credit at the end of the year for any supplies that you purchase related to your business. All right. So here are some of the things that I use. Of course, bleach, and I dilute it so that the scent isn't overwhelming, or you can get the unscented Clorox. Okay. The other thing that I use is something like this: Set and Stain Shout Advanced. There's also OxyClean. This is a much more heavy duty cleaner to get your stains out. This is a laundry pre-wash that I buy at the dollar store. Okay, it's not as heavy duty as this is. And this is Carbona Stain Devils, if you can find this in your stores. I normally use this as a last technique to get stains out if they're stubborn stains, and it's it's a very good brand for getting stains out. And lastly, I use Resell for the dry cleaning, and it comes with these pre-treated cloths. Okay, I'm going to show you that. What this is a lighter version of the fluid that they use in the dry cleaners, the dry cleaner stores. So it's a lighter version, but it does the trick. Now, with this comes odor and wrinkle releaser, and I normally use this to get the odor out. So if I have fine natural products, natural clothing like cashmere, silk, wool, even rayon sometimes, this is what I use. This is what I will use, the Resell. And I always spray with this odor releaser. And there's also another product that comes with it, is their own stain remover. I don't find this as effective as something like, where is it? Okay, this is Carbona. Okay, this is the same brand as that I showed you, Push and Wipe. These are hard to find. I normally pick this up at, actually this one I got at a rummage sale. But when you find them, it's a little cloth, and it's pre-treated. And you just wipe it on your clothing and rub it real good to get the stain out. Okay, so that's to show you products that I use. And yes, it is costly. Well, this laundry pre-wash is only $1.25, but it lasts a long time. So these are some of the products that I use, and with this shirt, what I did was I just sprayed it with the laundry pre-wash, and I put it in the sink, cold water, put on my washables in cold water, and that should do the trick. Just let them soak for a while. You can rub them if you need to. But also be careful how you clean them. Clean your clothing. Look at the label. If it says dry clean, then I use the Resell. If it says washable, then I'll use something like this. Okay, so I wanted to get that out the way. And I'm glad that you came and sat through my presentation. I hope this was helpful. And as I say, every reseller does it differently. But this I found really, it has cut down on the returns. Okay, I don't have anybody writing me for a return because they received an item that was stained or had an odor. And yes, I did get a return from someone who claimed that the odor, you know, it had perfume on it or something like that. Okay. Well, I am done. I appreciate you giving me a like, thumbs up, And also, my links are below so you can see what I'm selling online. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.